Let's take a look at the second page of Project 3. Now this second page is pretty straightforward. It's just a matter of having your equations and using them carefully. So let's start by looking at percent markdown. The equation we'll use for percent markdown is 1 minus sale price over selling price multiplied by 100. So again, percent markdown is equal to 1 minus sale price over selling price times 100. Now both sale price and selling price are provided for you. Pretty cool, right? So here's your column for selling price, here's your column for sale price. So in the case of the office chair, I'm able to grab the sale price, grab the selling price, and plug it into my equation and solve for percent markdown. Same thing with this HDTV. Grab the sale price, grab the selling price, solve for percent markdown. Be very careful with your order of operations, okay? So make sure that you start by dividing sale price over selling price, then take that number and put 1 minus that number, okay? That's your next step. And then finally, once you've solved for the number in the parentheses, you can multiply by 100, okay? So be very careful about your order of operations. All right, let's move on to the next piece, which looks to be sales price. All right, so we have several spots where we are asked to solve for sales price. Sale price is equal to selling price multiplied by 1 minus percent markdown. And of course, because this is being used in a formula, percent markdown must be in decimal form. Sale price equals selling price multiplied by 1 minus percent markdown expressed as a decimal. And again, be careful with your order of operations, okay? So you would start by converting percent markdown to a decimal, take 1 minus that decimal, then multiply by selling price, and that will give you your sale price. Now, something to notice here, which is pretty cool, is that these two are the same equation rearranged, right? These are the same equation rearranged for the most part. So notice the relationship between these two values, okay? Notice the way we rearranged the percent markdown equation and we are able to find selling price, okay? Pretty cool. All right, let's look at sales tax. So the sales tax equation that we'll use is sales tax is equal to total purchase price divided by sale price minus 1, and we'll take that whole piece multiplied by 100. Okay? Sales tax equals total purchase price divided by sales price minus 1 times 100. Okay? So again, order of operations is important. Start by doing this division, then subtract 1, and then multiply by 100. If you do it in a different order, you'll get the wrong answer. Now, if you're wondering about the numbers that appear in this equation, so for example, why do we keep seeing 100? What's happening there is that 100 is converting us back into a percentage, right? So notice that the value that we're solving for, percent markdown, we convert to a decimal, right? When we work in the formulas, we're working in decimal form. Taking this final step of multiplying by 100 is putting our answer back into percent form, okay? Same thing with sales tax. So it would be correct to say our sales tax is equal to total purchase price divided by sales price minus 1, and that would give us our decimal form. Multiplying by 100, again, is just converting from decimal form to back to percentage form, okay? So if you're wondering where that 100 is coming from. All right, and then the final piece is total purchase price. Now, as we observed the similarity between percent markdown and sales price, look at these two equations. Total purchase price is equal to sale price multiplied by 1 plus sales tax, and of course written as a decimal. Total purchase price equals sales price multiplied by 1 plus sales tax expressed as a decimal. So of course, order of operations, start by taking care of the parentheses, then multiply by sales price. You'll notice that in both the case of sale price and total purchase price, there was no multiplying by 100, and that makes sense because both of these are dollar amounts. They're not decimals that need to be changed back into percentages. Okay, so I really encourage you not to just immediately plug and chug these numbers. I want you to take a look at these equations, look at the way they work, try to rearrange them on your own, make sure they make sense. Okay, I want you to be comfortable working with these because in many cases you will have to rearrange these equations on your own. So I want you to feel comfortable working with them.